Okay, I have two questions. First, how do you decide what product are you going to work on next? Like, do you get to put in your own wish list, or does it just come from subscribers or?
So at Ancestry, we have a really, really robust product system. We have a very, very robust product team who, there are product managers over every single little piece of the website. There is a product manager responsible for the DNA match list. And there's a product manager responsible for the person profile page and trees. And there's a every piece of the website has a product manager whose job it is to make sure that that they're looking for and listening to the feedback from users about what they want that part of the system to do, but also working with the other product managers to make sure that all the systems and processes work together. And so, yes, the vast majority of our roadmap comes from customer feedback.
Right.
We also have another team at Ancestry who their entire job is customer research. And so if you've ever seen those little pop-up ads on your Ancestry site that say, take this survey, or do you want to, we want to hear from you, or whatever, you'll get a $50 Amazon gift card if you let us watch you do your family history research. Those are legit. They're from us. Okay. They're from our research team.
Yeah.
And so they literally interview customers. That's their full-time job. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. All day, every day, every week, week in and week out, and they look at how users are using the system, and then they try to decide what we could do to make it easier or better. So Ancestry actually, for the first time in a really long time, we now have a 3-year roadmap of what's coming next, what changes we're making next, and it all boiled down to, we took all of this information we've been collecting, and for years, we just would get feedback and make a change, and get feedback and make a change. And it ended up with kind of this hodgepodge system. And so we're actually going through a very intentional process right now of making things simpler, like workflows. There are 4 different ways to get to hints. Why? Is that necessary? Should we funnel everybody through one way to get to hints? If you like doing hints this way and you like doing hints this way, should we make that more consistent, or should we actually give people the opportunity to do it different ways? So we're going through the exercise right now of thinking through some of those things. We've got a backlog of things that people want from us that we just haven't done because there's nowhere on the site to put it, because things have gotten kind of cluttery. Mm-hmm. So we're going through the process of cleaning some things up and removing duplicate buttons where there's duplicate buttons, and all of that kind of goes into that product process. So all of that's kind of the front end, and then as stuff starts to get developed, that's where I get to step in. So what happens is once the product managers kind of make a decision about a direction, they will come to me and some of the other genealogists in the company, and they'll say, okay, does this make sense? Because a lot of users want this, but they're all inexperienced. Is this good for genealogy? Mm-hmm. And that's where I get to step in and either say yes or no, or yes, but we kind of maybe need to do it this way a little bit. And then they go back and they design it, and they bring me their designs, and then they go back and they program it, and then they let me play with it, and then they give it to you all and let you all try it out. And Ancestry has this system of rolling things out to a few users at a time, and making sure it's working, making sure everybody uses it. And then rolling it out to everybody once it kind of passes that threshold. So that's kind of the front to back.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, one more.
Yeah.
Just quick. I apparently live under a rock because I did not hear about the name of the book. So
you're not living under a rock. This literally just happened last week. It's such big news, I can't even believe it. So I have been writing a book for about 1.5 years. And I just literally, it was just me kind of trying to get my philosophy about family history and my feelings that I've had because of the podcast, and just kind of all of that into some body of writing so that I could refer to it. And my intention for that, I actually wasn't writing a book. I was just trying to capture my philosophy about family history so that I could use it in writing blog posts, so that I could use it to train AI to write like me, so that I could use it for social media posts. And I work with a business coach who owns a publishing imprint that's an imprint of Simon & Schuster. And he contacted me last week and he said, I understand you have a book. And I said, I don't really have a book. I have a bunch of writing. And he said, you have a book. And so they invited me out to Nashville last week and asked me to publish a book with them. And so that book will be coming out in July of 2027. And right now, the working title is The Deeply Connected Family.
Cool. Well, thank you for telling us.
Not the Barefoot Genealogist. No. It's not a book about me. It's a book for everyone else.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling us.
Yeah, thank you.